good start, I thought, on the weekend, because Woking clearly a good side at this level, and great to get something on the board in your first game.
Yeah, you're right. I think the way we set up, the way Woking set up, it was a bit tentative to start with. Conditions were awful for the first game of the season. Well, yeah, I thought it was a really good, entertaining 0-0 draw, to be honest. I think we just edged it. Had a letter through from the PGMLO, the Referees Association, saying it should have been a penalty. Doesn't really mean anything now. I think, I thought the ref in Hull was okay, but yeah, clear penalty in my eyes, and hit the bar the last 5 minutes as well. So I think we just edged it, but it was a good game.
Just a word about the added time. I know there's a new directive. I'm not blaming the officials at all, because they can only operate within the rules they're given, so to speak. But blimey, 9 minutes at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a big debate at the moment, isn't it? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because it's been put on us so quickly towards the start of the season. We knew there were going to be added minutes, but we didn't. I know we had the slight injury, but 9 minutes of added time was a bit much. I have then done my research over the weeks, and I think John Brady, the Northampton manager, was on TalkSport the other day. 16 minutes injury time, second half. There was no injuries, and it was 1-0. So I think he's managing it now. Obviously, the squad comes into it, and it's got to be very tactical going forward, I think.
For those that haven't picked up on all the details of this, what are the changes? Why is there so much added time? We also knew it was like 30 seconds for a substitution, or a sending off or something like that. They added time on, but why is there so much difference this time?
They want to cut down on time wasting, which I can kind of understand, but I think it's gone from one extreme to the other. That was a big thing that Howard Webb mentioned in the managers' meeting in the summer. So they've got to add on 45 seconds for every goal, 45 seconds for every substitute, and 45 seconds for every injury that the physio comes on for. So there's got to be a lot. You've now gone from 1 minute injury time in the first half when nothing happens to probably 4, 5 or 6, and then you're in your double figures in the second half. So our players did on record 1,100 metres more than a usual match day, and that was the first game of the season. So over the season, it's probably 3.5 games. I think we worked it out.
And there is, of course, by definition, of playing that much more time over a season, the risk of extra injury, particularly because players are fatigued at that stage of the game.
It does, and I am moaning because the EFL have now got 9 subs and they can pick 5 from them. And we've still got 5 subs to pick 3, so we are probably getting hit the worst, us under the league. We haven't got the size of squads the big clubs have got, and we have to use less subs. So I am moaning because that's what I do. So we'll see. I think it will eventually even itself out because there's too much talk of it to not happen really.
Generally, a bright start of the season, but unfortunately, you've already picked up. Sounds like quite a long-term injury, Shane Byrne. Yeah,
really disappointing news on Monday. It's got to be long-term, so I don't want to give the exact times, but if we're going off the Joe Leasley, which is the same injury but worse, Joe was 10 weeks and he come back fighting fit, so you're looking at minimum 12 weeks for Shane. That's if he doesn't need surgery. So he's seen a consultant today to hopefully decide that he doesn't need surgery, but if he does, you're looking at probably the new year.
And tell us what the injury is.
Just LCL, lateral medial. He went to kind of stop a goal line clearance, and Dibble, big lad, has kind of gone through him. Pure accident. But yeah, it's wrecked his knee a little bit. So it's a shame. Shame for all parties, but as is football, one door closes, another one opens.
So clearly he's going to sideline for some time, as you say, an experienced player in there as well. Do you think you've got enough within the squad to cover that, or might you look to bring someone in? Well,
listen, I'm not going to sort of waffle in here and say, yeah, we're going to get a like-for-like replacement. You can't replace captains, you can't replace stalwarts. He was our captain who got us promoted last year, so it's obviously going to hit us hard. But it's one player, and one player doesn't decide a team, and we use what we've got, and we look to bring someone in.
A good start at home, 2 games on the road now.
Yep, 2 really tough games. Travel-wise and opposition-wise, so played both teams recently in the last couple of years. Know all about York myself, so we'll go there full of confidence, looking to win the game. Ford will take care of itself after that, but yeah, it's full steam ahead for York. Watched the game last Saturday, I had our reports on them, so I think I know what they'll go with and what they can potentially change to, but it's got to be about us.
It has got to be about you, and generally away last season you were very good.
We were excellent. We thrived on away performances. the league suited us in terms of going away because teams opened up a little bit more. And I think we're going to get a lot like that at home as well this season. I think you saw by Woking, teams that come to the ground now and put 11 men behind the ball. Every team wants to win the game, so we're no different. We'll look to get the first win of the season on Saturday.
Obviously, we mentioned Shane Byrne. Did you come through unscathed other than Shane last weekend?
Knocks and niggles, but yeah, nothing serious. Everyone's training today, which is great news.
And mentioning about possibly bringing someone in as replacement, is that like happened before the weekend?
Yeah, not so much a replacement. I think it's obviously if one pops up, which is an eye opener, we'll look into it. Chairman's been fantastic. We know how much we're going to miss Shane, but I also think we need bodies anyway. I think we're quite light in that area anyway, so we'll look to strengthen the squad as and when.